Hello and good day, everyone. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. We strongly really advise you to get little education before you start using a real money. Trade in the future is not just an ATM machine. Um, we are we already hit the target on the market analyzer right now. On the market analyzer, we have around 1400 ticks based on the last entry signal, and this is very good. If we look at the ES, the ES has exceeded the target where the system has estimated. And this is one thing you should see. There is a reversal right there. This reversal here indicating that this market is start gonna lose ground to the long side. Another things also, you can see there is a two yellow lines here and vice versa also on the other side when there is short. Once this market enter this yellow lines, you should not generate a new trade. If you are on a trade, that's very good, but you should not generate a new trade long position. This is the area. Once it entered this yellow lines, this means you need to start taking profit and secure some of your profit and protect your profit. The idea about the trading is maximize your profit and get out in time, so you don't have to take a trade again. So this is right now we are 1,300. You can see the profits start dropping down, and the market came into the target one. This is an institutional, and we are a little bit sitting here on a support area at 44.09, the support area. If this market break the 4409.50, that's mean we are going to drop all the way to the 43.95. So you gotta be careful here how to take a profit and maximize. There we go, we're done with this. To maximize your profit, to avoid being in the market all the time. Being in the market all the time is not healthy. You are jeopardizing your trade and your account. So this is not a very healthy to stay in the market all day long. There is no such a thing. You can stay in the market all day long. So right now, as long as this ES above this line, the 44.09, we are in a good shape. If this market drop, you need to start call profit and call it off for today. And we will try to monitor the ES. Let's see if this ES able to break the 44.23. So now this is, we have confirmed the support area here on the 44.09. We have a reversal. We don't want this market to sink below the 44.09, and now we are monitoring this market closely to see where we are. Another things also, if we look, somehow I cannot bring the ES. On the ES we crossed the 2000, but I cannot bring the chart. When we go live, sometimes I don't know, something happened because we are using the software to go online with the YouTube, and it sucks the juice out of the computer. If we look on the Nasdaq, there is a reversal after we hit the target, and the Nasdaq now, it was a second ago a little above 2000, and it is between those two yellow lines. if there is a drop on the NASDAQ, we could have potentially go to the 34.48. So we keep our eye closed on this to see how. It's funny, it won't let me even touch the chart to bring the ES. Could be some kind of application behind that chart is preventing me to bring the ES chart. Okay, so again, be careful with the ES. If we are breaking that area, we're going straight. There is no short. We are going straight for a pullback re-entry on the 43.95. We're not your financial advisor. This is not a trading room. This is an educational room. But you're very welcome to follow us on a sim, please. Only on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. Okay, we closed the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ is firing short. And now, whatever you made on the NASDAQ on the way on the top, and now the short is not going to last for long on the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is going to be around 34.47, so we better move the needles as soon as possible, because we know the NASDAQ is going to come right there at 34.47.6, and this is where the re-entry point, so you got to be careful with the short position on the NASDAQ. ES, please be careful with the ES, because if you are using those dummy indicators, ATRs and MACD, now your auto trade or your now you start thinking short. There is no short, gentlemen. There is a pullback re-entry at this level here, as we predicted. You know, we have to understand what's going on. And as you see where the ES is stopped, exactly where we have predicted, and this is really a key for getting in to the market again. So even if you are auto trading and you're auto trading taking a wrong short position here, and look what happened to the NASDAQ, is exactly what we were expecting this market to do. So it is right on the clock, and there is no surprise in the market. For you as a future trading, you're right. You're right. For you as a future trading, it is, we have to predict the market movement. Louis, yesterday you were talking about the market, and I told you, if because of the Feds yesterday, we find out there is a couple people yesterday they were not aware of the news, and they didn't pay attention. It was one of the most important day yesterday. I mean, there is every week there is sometimes Feds, but it was a very important day yesterday. It was one of the most important day yesterday in a long time. And the market yesterday, I was giving support to some people, and the market was not moving, was jumping. This is something, even for manual trader, I find out yesterday that some people are unaware of the news, and some people are unaware of slippage, whether you are a manual trading or you are auto trading. Because I have a gentleman yesterday. He have all the package, but he want to learn how to manual trade, and then he wants to approach the auto trades, which this is extremely healthy, and this is the way it's supposed to be. But what I noticed when I was on his computer, what he was doing, he was using the chart trader to take a market order. With a manual trade, like yesterday, even if you are taking a manual trade and you're going on a market order, or if you are using an auto trade on a market order, yesterday you have around $30-40 in slippage to go in and $30-40 to get out because the market was jumping. If you had the dome yesterday, you can see how the prices that were jumping 1-2 points on the ES left and right. That is very expensive when the market is going fast. Also, another mistake, I have one client, he was scalping. And the scalping usually, it is a few takes and get out. The scalping is wonderful things because the scalping is open a small window in the market, you go in, you take a small trade and you get out. So an average in a scalping is around 10 takes to 15 takes. So when you are scalping on the fast moving market and you have a slippage, couple of 3 takes, and a slippage to exit that trade, couple of 3 takes, plus commission, so your scalping is already in the hole. And then even if you have a winning trade, your winning trade is nothing, it's a couple of 3 takes. But then when you are losing one trade, you are losing the trade plus in and out around 6-7 takes plus commission. So you are losing double money on a losing trade. And that is horror, and you cannot do that. So you have to be, I'm sorry because I get distracted. I have a lot of people talking to me, and so sorry guys. There is some people, they ask for support and they know we are live, and they are amazing. And what kind of support they want is nothing. It's just color and indicator. And okay, as we see the ES come into this area here, and this is what we expected. The Nasdaq is the same. The YM is the same. It's the same number. The market pulled back and keep going up. So there is nothing, no surprising on this. So we will start taking some the auto trade to see how we are going or how we are able to maximize some of those trades. It looked like it's gonna close. It closed. Okay. Actually, most of those charts, they hit the target within 15 minutes. So we're gonna reactivate some of it. You know, I told you guys from the beginning, this year is gonna be a wild year. This year, the ones who understand the market, it will be the best year for him. And the one they don't understand the market, the one they don't understand the market, they're not gonna make it. Okay, so we cannot do anything here, guys. We just keep going long, and there is nothing we can do really. We should sit on standby with this. If you are taking a trade, you take a trade long, and you should not go short. And actually, I don't have any more trades on the ES. I only have one trade on the ES. This is it. And most of them, they've just finished. They just finished. Again, there is no short. We are going back to this area here on the Nasdaq. There is no short. You can see how this market, there is a heavy resistance in this area here, and now the Nasdaq is stuck between the support area at 43.53 and a resistance 426. There is nothing in there. The market is gonna stay between those lines. So the market now stopped trending right there. So if you are auto trading the Nasdaq, if we bring any kind of auto trade with the Nasdaq, we know there is not much we can do with the trade. Now it took another trade and it's going to struggle with that trade. The reason is because if this market going, it's not going to go any further than 144.2450. So this 25, yeah. So if we notice here, that's why it's closed and there is not much going on. The market is not trending. The ES is the same story and the YM is the same story. If we look at the YM, we're coming to the resistance at 44.23. So there is nothing to grab. Honestly, there is not much to grab in here. And you can see how this market come into this resistance, and here's your support. This is where the confusion start happening, because when you are auto trading and your ES or your Nasdaq gets stuck in a channel like this, in a way, your party is over. If you are on a trade, it's fine, but to initiate a new trade in those areas, whether you are auto trading or manual trading, there is a high risk because the market is not moving. And if we notice this market going back and forth between a resistance and a support, and there is no trend. And once there is no trend, you should not be auto trading and you should not be taking a manual trading. So when those guys, we have a few right now, new ones, they're trying to learn how to trade before they start the auto trade. And not because this is the healthy way. I mean, we don't want you to learn a price action and sit 10 years learning. No. But in this situation here on the Nasdaq and in ES, when you spot this, you should not be bothered with auto trades anymore. If you are in a trade earlier and you still have an open position, keep it like this one here, the ES. It's fine. Keep it. But to initiate a new trade, folks, you cannot trade here. You cannot manual trade and you cannot auto trade, because the guy is manual trading. He's not going to get anything out of it. And when you're auto trade taking a trade, it's the same as this guy taking a manual trade. So the market, there is a heavy resistance on the Nasdaq here. If you see it, don't need a brainer to see that. And you can see the ES is having a problem on that resistance line at 44.22. You can see it is obvious. So you should not be traded right now until the situation in the market change. So if we are taking any trades on the Nasdaq and you have an open position on the Nasdaq, you know what is your limitation on that trade. And if you take a smaller chart, you can see you have money here, and if you don't do anything about it, you're gonna wind up and losing money, because this is the resistance and it's gonna go back there, you see, and it's gonna come back here, and we don't know if it's gonna project from the first line or the second line. So in this situation here, when you have an auto trade, if there is an open position on an auto trade, you can see on that trade you are swinging between losing trade and a winning trade on that one, and you have to spot it, and you need to cover immediately little bit, so you will not go in the hole with this one here. And if you don't like it, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Don't go in the red. Get rid of it. Because this market, you can see, it's not doing anything. Get rid of that trade, because that trade can cost you money. And you can see now that the Nasdaq is not trending, it's coming on that line. Here is the support, here is the resistance. The market gets stuck in this channel. There is nothing you can do. And guys, believe me or not, like if you are auto trading this one here, close position, get rid of it. Close it. I closed it manually. Close it. Because this one here, the longer it's gonna stay, the long it's gonna work against you, the trade. So sometimes the trader should take over the auto trade and secure some of his profit. If a trader does not interfere, and when he sees a problem, he don't take over, he will never be successful, never, in the trading. The reason is because sometimes in the trading you will have $500 profit, and the market is about to collapse. And when the traders don't recognize that, he closed that trade minus a couple $100. Minus a couple $100 a day, that's $50,000 a year. And average Ninja trader, he have between $2,000 and $5,000. If he don't protect his profit, and if you have a $200 losing the trade, that's $50,000 a year, and your capital is between $2,000 and $5,000. So you do your own calculation, especially for a guy has no money. $5,000 is not real money in the market, in any market. $20,000 is not real money in the market. Honestly, So when you are on a low budget, you have to work harder than this guy have $50,000 or $100,000. The guy have $50,000, he don't have to work. He can turn on the market analyzer. He can activate the auto trade, one ES, one Nasdaq, one Dow Jones, one CL. Forget the rest. And maybe one Russell and one 30-year Treasury bond. And then if the ES didn't make it, the Nasdaq will make it. If the Nasdaq didn't make it, the YM will make it, the CL will make it. And then what he does, he look at the profit and takes, and then he can flatten out everything he wants. We have some pilot in Hong Kong is doing this. He have $250,000. He have his own instruments on the market analyzer. He don't care if the ES is moving or Nasdaq is moving or YM is moving. What he does when he sees $1,000 on the PNL, when he sees, he don't care where the $1,000 coming from, ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones. He activate one ES, one Nasdaq, one YM, one CL, and I think he have the gold or the Russell. Once he sees $1,000, he flat out the market. That guy don't have to learn how to trade. He come around 9:30 when the market's open. He turn on the market analyzer auto trade, and when he sees $1,000, he close it. Because what he's doing, he's hedging the market. He's not fuzzling with the ES or Nasdaq or Dow Jones. He don't care. Once he see 1,000, he closed down. But when you have a lower amount of money, the guy have $250,000. If today he lost 1,000, doesn't make any difference to him. But for a guy have couple $1,000 or $5,000, he lose $1,000 in one day. He does severe damage to his account, and now he want to do revenge trading, and then he's not thinking, and he is in a hurry to take a trade. And once this market go under your skin, it's like a disease. You never can get rid of it. You collapse. So once this market go under your skin, you're done. The market got you. So when because I was with a guy yesterday on the support, he said, "What you do?" I said, "What you need to do when you lose one trade, walk away. Walk away from your computer. Do not react to the second trade until you calm down and you come back. Go for coffee, go outside, do something for 10 minutes and come back. Do not sit behind the computer if you have a losing trade. If you lose a trade, stop everything, go make yourself a cup of coffee, open a beer, do whatever you want, take a fresh air, and then come back after 10 minutes with a clear mind. But do not try to burn your finger, because when you're not thinking clearly, you want to get your money back from that losing trade, and you're acting without thinking, you're going to end up with 2 losing trades. And now you start freaking out. Now you are desperate to regain this money. And then what does the market? It just grabbed you. That's it. Once the market grab your nerve system, you're a history. You collapse. So the psychology behind, and believe me or not, we had in the company, we had people look after our psychology. You know, I mean, you have to be thinking. I mean, all those big companies, they have somebody look after those traders, respectable companies, because the psychology behind the trading is have an impact on your profit and your portfolio. You should not be taking a trade if you got whacked with one trade, or if you're nervous, or somebody in the traffic got you pissed and now you're coming and sitting and you're pissed, or a neighbor did something to your yard and now you are a little bit upset or something. You should not be trading when you are upset. You know, if you have a negative friend, take his hand, put him at the front door, turn him around and kick his hiney and tell him, stay away from me. You should not have somebody sitting next to you on the table pissing you off when you are trading or distracting you. You should not do that. So, because what we need to do, we need to concentrate, where is this market moving? And now, as we see, after many attempts, this market trying to break those numbers, which we've been covering now for the last week, those numbers here, here, and here. That area here is like a big boat trying to make a U-turn. Once we cross that line, now we are start going from a long phase to the short phase. So right now, the market start losing this momentum to the long side, and now we are on a different phase, and now the market now changing. Once you go below that number, you have to change your attitude. You have to think about short, and when the market is above this number, you have to think about long. So right now we have confirmation on the 3 charts that now we are on the short position, and this is where you start releasing your auto trade after it was jammed between the channel. Finally the market broke that channel, and now we are going in the right direction, and you can see now we are in a safe mood to take some trades, and the market start taking the proper money. If you avoid when the market gets stuck in the channels, if you avoid that, you hold your horse for 5 minutes until the market react and get out of this channel, and then you unleash the auto trade again, and then you are on the right track. If you concentrate on those, this is where 75% of the traders, when they are auto trading, they're blind. They don't know what they're doing. They're just looking at P&L, and they think there is something wrong with their optimization, and they do everything to avoid looking at the technical chart. They do everything. They waste many years. They buy many auto trades. They spend weekends going on a replay. They want a wash machine to earn money every day for them without them interfere with the market. And guess what? In the last 15 years, we have never seen any success. If you don't get your hands dirty in the market, and you don't interfere with the market, and you don't look at the market, you're just wasting your time and your money and your energy, and it's going to put you in a bad mood. It's going to have an impact on your family, friends, everything. You will not able to turn on the wash machine on a trading, call it auto trade, call it wash machine, call it coffee machine, call it whatever you want, any kind of machine you like. And if you think it's going to bring you the money because you push the button, you are one big dreamer. You will never be trader. Never. Despite those guys, they tell you on the net, you can turn on your auto trade 24/7. Ask him to give you a written paper that you can trade 24/7 on his auto trade. And good luck. Ask him to give you written paper that you can use his auto trade all day long and not looking at the market, and you're going to be living happily after. Go ahead and ask him to give you guarantee on that, and see how far he can run. Because if you don't look at the market, you're not going to succeed. This is not an easy money. This is not an ATM machine auto trade. When you are auto trading, there is millions of traders are auto trading too, and there is some people have better auto trade than you do, and they have a better education than you are. And you're not the only guy is cruising around with an auto trade. So the guy who understands the market is gonna make money from the guys who do not understand the market. You cannot have 10 people auto trading and all 10 people make money and there is no loser. Where the money coming from? The money coming for every time you make $1, somebody lose $1. You make $1,700 on the NASDAQ, somebody lost $1,700 on the NASDAQ. The guy isn't educated, have an advanced automated trade. You have to think not about your P&L. You have to think there is somebody out there is more qualified than you are, and he's after your money, and he's gonna outtrade you, and you're gonna be left in the cold. So if we avoid the channel, the one we were talking about a few minutes ago, you waited till the breakout come on a 3 trades, what we see here, this is enough profit to secure the whole week for you. And today is Thursday. This maneuver, it happened on Monday and Tuesday. Yesterday, if you go on the other channel, I had the NASDAQ on that chart made $12,000 on one trade. You can see it on the other channel. So, and then on the way up, in seconds, I made another couple, 3,000. So once you catch a trend, you need to get paid for it, and you should not be continue trading. As we said before on the previous video, if you look, go ahead and Google it on Las Vegas, how they monitor their customers. And they say the only time when the customer stays all night long in the casino, this is where they grab him and they get all his money. The longer you stay in the casino, there is more potential for that casino to take all your money. In the trading, the more you trade during the daytime, there is more potential for you to lose money. Any hogwash on this YouTube's, internet, whatever, is telling you can trade or auto trade 24/7, ask him to give you a document that you can do that. And then you can see how he can turn around with his conversation. Oh, I cannot do this. I'm not allowed to do this. I'm not sure about this, but you will never get a document from him telling you can auto trade with his auto trade 24/7. And here is the sad part. He want to sell you auto trade and he don't know how to trade a paperback. When he want to cover a price action, he need to hire someone because he cannot even trade a paperback. And then how come this guy is going to give you success? Because he wants you to think an auto trade is just a wash machine. You turn it on and you're going to live happily after. And then, but to try to document this, he cannot. In the auto trading, after many years, before, when we were kids, we used to chase the European, the US market and the Asian market. I find out we are working for free. I find out if you concentrate on the first 2-3 hours in the market, if there is a bread in the market, you will catch it on the first 3 hours. If there is nothing in the market and nothing is working on the first 3 hours, most of the time nothing is going to be in the afternoon. So efficiency, the time we use behind the computer, is very critical, because if you sit 8 hours a day behind the computer, you have the luxury. You don't have to do support from USA to Australia, Malaysia, Thailand, then in the morning back to Germany, England, Spain. You have the luxury to walk away from your computer. You don't have a support. You're only independent person. You don't have to commit to people worldwide. You should not be sitting behind trading no more than 3 hours a day. You should come in and treat it like work from 9 o'clock till 10, 11 o'clock. If you grab something, you grab something. If you did not, walk away and don't sit miserably behind the computer wasting your time looking at P&L. Oh man, I could have taken that trade. I could have taken that trade. This is a hogwash. You should not, when you concentrate on your target and when your auto trade is taking a trade, whatever you can get, be happy, close your computer, walk away. Why? It is very important for you mentally to stay in a good shape, and you should not have fatigue in your brain when you come in the second day. You should not be sitting the whole weekend doing a replay and you come in on Monday not fresh. So that's why right now what we do, we have some people on the weekend they chat with us on the Skype before, and like, Sam, I'm doing a replay, or Sam, I'm doing this. We don't respond anymore because we don't support people. The only time we support people on the weekend if you have a license problem. But I'm not gonna sit down and chat with him on the weekend, or today he don't feel like want to sleep. He's sending me a message at 3 o'clock in the morning how to change a color on an indicator. We're not gonna respond to this at 3 o'clock in the morning. So on the weekend, I'm no longer look at the market. On the weekend, I don't even turn on my computer anymore. We have this mobile phone. If somebody have a problem with his license, we respond immediately. But all this garbage chat, we don't respond to it because it's very healthy to stay away from the computers on the weekend, to be fresh on Monday. And some people think we are sitting, eating, sleeping behind a computer waiting for somebody to chat with us. That's not true. We have a family. We want to eat. We want to sleep, and we need to get our eyes relaxed from the computer. So you should not be sitting miserably behind the computer. You should save your energy on the weekend to be coming back on Monday fresh and looking at it's very healthy. There is a huge impact on your performance if you stay away from the trade-ins on the weekends. If the market is closed, there is no use to sit miserably. To optimize any kind of auto trade, let's say you have a chart template, and it's a working chart template, and I'm using 5 minutes on the TI7 or on the precision auto trade. That's fine. I can optimize, adjust it on the weekend. When I'm taking a shower, I can put the optimization and test it on 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. The same entry, the same chart, the same auto trade. I can optimize it to see if it's still good or not, because when the 200 days moving average cross or below, the attitude, the personality on the ES has changed. So I don't need to sit miserably doing replay because the replay are fake. But I can optimize this chart for 15 minutes and save the template and get it ready on the weekend and close my computer. You should not sit in and waste your weekend doing a replay and doing this and doing this and doing this. This is wasting time. When we are doing tests on a new template, we use a live data, and right now, like we released a new institutional auto trade, and the way we are doing it, we test it on a live data for 1 week. We make a few templates, 6, 8, 10 templates, and we let it run 24/7. We put this auto trade under stress to see which one has survived under stress 24/7. And then I will share the template. I will not give template to any trader. The reason we don't do that, I give the numbers in the room because I want this trader to right click on the chart and put the numbers, because I want him to be trained to understand why he has to put 0.3 in here, why he has to put 0.5 in here. I want him to work with that auto trade. I don't want to just give him a template and get rid of him. For me, giving a client a template, let's say on the institutional trade or on the TI7, it takes me 1 second. To tell him to copy the template takes me half an hour or 15 minutes. So it is more work for me, but I want to push that trader to right click on the chart and understand those numbers he's putting in there. I don't want to just hand him the template. I want him to copy the template, the stop loss, the trailing stop, because when he's typing the stop loss, when he's typing the trailing stop, if it's 15 ticks or 20 ticks, he's learning. After 15 years, training thousands of people, we know how to approach people, and some people think it's personal, and some people think because we want to help. The thing is, we don't want to catch the fish. We want the trader able to tweak the auto trade, adjust the auto trade by himself, and to be independent, not waiting on anyone to hand him out a template. You have a trader have $2,000, you have a trader have $5,000, you have a trader has $20,000, all the way up to $500,000. We have different clients, and the trader with the $2,000 cannot use the same template the guy have $500,000. So each one of them, we have one trader, he use 50 contract on the ES every single time. We have another trader, he takes 10 contract ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, and he trade. We have people, they have take one micro account on the ES. So there is a big gap between a guy is using $500, another guy is using $500,000. They cannot be on the same template. You have a conservative guy, you have an aggressive guy, and those two, they should have a different template. So a template is not a template. But when the guy knows his amount he has, how much risk he want to put in the market, then he can adjust this auto trade to fit his budget and his blood pressure, actually. Because if he don't know what he's doing, he should not be aggressive. So talking about the ES right now, let's go back to the ES. We have the short trade, the signal fired to short, and we are coming to that area as a re-entry at 43.89, and now it is 10.42. The minute we start entering the 11 o'clock, you need to start picking up your table. You need to start closing position. If you have an open position, keep your eye on it. The minute you enter 11 o'clock, it's time to pack. It's time to pack. Not at 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Because if you made money from 9:30 to 10:30 to 11 o'clock, you should have stopped. Whether you made $10, $20, or $1,000 is irrelevant. When you come in at 9:30, you should not say, I need to make $100. You should not say, I want to make $1,000. Irrelevant the amount you have. What you should say, I should not go in red. When you see the auto trade going against you, close the trade. There is plenty of trades after that. There is many trades. When I'm trading the ES, and now I'm at 11 o'clock, now it is time to keep my eye on an auto trade and to see what's going on, and I want to monitor this, maximize the trade on this one here, because I don't need to look at this market anymore. So now as we see here, this auto trade taking long, let me show you. Is this really long? No. If we look at this market, the market is going to project, as we said minutes ago, from here. I'm going to keep my eye on this one here, and the minute it's going to hit the 43.87, I'm going to close that position, walking away with 1,600. I don't care if this one is going to make $10,000. It's 11 o'clock, it's packing time, remember. So if we notice here, this is the resistance right there. This is the resistance on the ES. You have 1,600. What you're waiting on, it takes 1 second on the top to close position, walk away. It's finished. Don't say, well, hold on, I may be making another $1,000 or so. Don't let the greed blind you. And also, because you are on a critical area in here, now you have 1,600. and this is a critical area, and this is a resistance, and most likely if this market is going to reject from that area, you're going to kiss the 1600 goodbye. So I don't care if this market is going to go a little bit more. It's not even worth the stress. You made a good money on it, let it be, cut it off, kill it. And here is the close position. I'm going to close this position on that. It's 1500. Let's watch. What did we miss on this one here? The market to start going back against us. We close position and we are a happy camper. Look at this. If we stayed one more minute in this market, we could have lost the $1,000 profit. If we stayed one more minute in there. So it's not the auto trade, it's the driver who's driving the auto trade is making the profit. So it's not the wash machine is making you the money. It's the guy who is keeping his eye on the 1 minute. It might gonna go much higher. I don't care. I'm a happy camper. I go to the right bottom screen. I close my computer, turn my hiney away from the computer. I'm done for today. No regrets. As long as you are in the green, there is no regrets. And there we go. The market, as we expected, has projected, and now it is 10:47. I don't have anything open. There is maybe a couple of charts open, but it is done. You can see how the market did go down. So if we stayed on that trade, we had $1,600 and on the table. We didn't take it, somebody else took it. So maybe if we stayed in the market, we could have made another 1,000, but also we could have lost the 1,000 or the 1,600. And this is really incredible when you have on the table, on your own table, 1,600, and you refuse to pick it up. It's not the auto trade problem, it's your problem. You are hoping to make one more 1,000. That's your problem, not the auto trade. And if you didn't pick it up in the right time, and now if we look at the ES, you just probably not just lost your 1,600, probably now you are in a hole. You're down. So don't regret, and because there is no trader can pinpoint the last tick in the market, which I'm very good predicting the market, which the ones that have been following me for many years, they know me. But I cannot nail it every single time. You know, I make mistakes too. And sometimes I underestimate the market, sometimes I overestimate the market, but I cannot get it down to the last tick. Most of the time I can figure out where is the location I need to exit, but you cannot grab every single tick in the market. You cannot maximize everything. In Bitcoin, in Forex, in the future, you cannot really nail the top, very top. Plus minus 10 ticks is irrelevant to the trading. You live another day. Welcome to trading. You live another day to pick up another 10 ticks. It's no big deal. So folks, what you see right now, we are done for today. It's 10:49, and I'm gonna leave it now. For the market is gonna pull back to these numbers as we spoke before, to this number and to this number, and nothing is gonna happen. It's gonna stay pull back short, and a pullback short. There is nothing. Nothing is going to happen right now in the market. And this is where millions of traders, amateur trading, they start getting lost. manual and auto trading, they start losing money right here on any kind of auto trade, because when they are using an ATR or a MACD, by this time their ATR or their MACD firing long, and there is no long, there is a pullback re-entry. For a guy who knows what's going on, he can scalp a few ticks here and there manually because he knows what's going on. But there is no long trade in here. There is a pullback re-entry to those numbers. If we look at the number on the ES, is 43.9175, followed by that number, a big thick wall here called resistance, and there is no way, because of the clock, there is no way that number can be penetrated, not unless if there is a news out there. And right now there is no more news for today. Not unless if there is a breaking news, fine. But there is not enough juice, there is not enough power to break this resistance line and that number here. So if we look at this area, is a very thick area to penetrate. And that, the ES is the oxygen for NASDAQ and Dow Jones and the rest of the market. So if the ES not able to break that area, the rest of the market gonna follow and they're gonna go sideways. Once this market goes sideways, no matter what you have done on the weekend from optimization, replay, tweaking, put voodoo on it, whatever, is useless. It's no longer valid. Because when you do the optimization, it's not going to predict for you at 10:52 on Thursday, January the 27th, your ES going to stuck and not able to break that area. It does not exist in the optimization. This is the trader's job to look at those areas. That's why you don't see too many people sell auto trade. They talk about price action. Why? Because the majority can't even trade a paperback. They cannot accumulate themselves, come live on a YouTube and show what they got. They want to tell you you optimize and you are happy. What they are doing in the reality, they're giving you the wrong message because they don't want to do the work. They cannot even do the work. They just tell you to optimize, and this is the message it's become among most of the amateur trading, because they want you to pay, get the auto trade, optimize, get a review. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to come on a YouTube every day, busted 2 hours every day from their time. Even if they come out, they don't know how to do it. They cannot even trade a paperback. So the idea telling you you can optimize and live happily after, this is a hogwash, because in the last 15 years we have not seen one success story, whether it's my customer or somebody else's customer. He auto trade 24/7, got rich, and not looking at the chart. Only if he was paid by this company and claim he's a good customer and now he lives happily. Those are paid customers. They say whatever you want to say. You know, because you can bring those guys. You can bring a full package from India. They can swear to God, hope to die. You know, they auto trade and now they become millionaires. Yeah, for lousy $10, they can swear to anything you want. So, reality, no. There is nothing. We know what's going on. We've been in this business. We know each other. We know everyone in this business. 27 years. We know who's new, who's old. We know everything. And it does not exist in the reality. And if we notice here, the ES is coming back and forth to this line. Look at this. Now it might fool you and go up to this area and drop. But actually, when you see this, there is no more trade. It's finished. Whoever made money, made money. Who didn't make money, didn't make money. You live another day to make money. Welcome to trading. That's what it is. You know, welcome to hell if you want to. Welcome to heaven if you know what you're doing. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're welcome to hell. It's right there. You're looking at it. You know, there is no picnic trading. You know, there is no picnic trading, my friend. And anyone tells you that, you have to earn your stripes. You're not gonna have a picnic. You're gonna earn your stripes. Like when you are working in a hospital or you are at the army, you have to earn your stripe, and here you earn your stripe. You cannot download it on a hard disk and transfer it to somebody else's brain. You cannot. Maybe later on in the future we can do that. You know, you get your experience on a hard disk and you just transfer it, you know, somewhere in his brain. And that will be in the future, of course. But at the moment we don't have that luxury, so you need to do it manually. Folks, I need to take 5 minutes of break, you know, try to pull back and look at this market like this, and on NASDAQ, ES, NYM, and just give me 1 minute from your time and tell me where you see trades, because this NASDAQ is not going anywhere. This ES is not going anywhere. This YM is not gonna go. When is it is valid to go long? It's valid to go long once we see this ES breaking that area, and it is valid to go long once we see this NASDAQ going above that area. As long as this market is below this thick wall and that thick wall, there is no use to even get your hands dirty on any kind of trade. And if we notice, look where the NASDAQ and look where is the ES, there is nothing. Once this market cross, now if somebody cute telling me, well, my auto trade taking a trade and making money, our auto trade taking a trade and making money, it's not about that. Today you're making money, tomorrow you'll be losing money. Our auto trade making money. But it's not that. Those auto trade, they took those trades from the very bottom. But if we want to initiate a trade, you cannot initiate a trade from here. If you look at those numbers, they picked up long time ago on the long signal from the bottom from here. But when it gets to this area here, you cannot do that. You should be on standby and you should not be taking any more trades. There is the timing on your auto trade when to take a trade is much more crucial. Timing the auto trade, when to take the trade and when you're not supposed to take a trade. If the auto trade want to take a trade here, is a suicide. You cannot. So by accident, if you make money on an auto trade and you avoid in the dangerous area today, tomorrow you're gonna get stuck and you will never build consistency. So now if you have a cute auto trade, took a long trade and made 500, you're happy with it. But to try to do that tomorrow, you lose. Try to do that day after tomorrow, you lose. The secret is consistency and understand when you can enter the market and when you should avoid let the auto trade take in a trade. I'm gonna go for 5 minutes of break and we'll be right back. I want you to keep your eye on this ES. Now across this area here, and let's wait if it's gonna hold or not. If this market go and pull back and confirm this is a support area, you unleash all your auto trades long. If this, because you're trading with the trend, you're not trading reversal like the 15-second here. The 15-second is a very small chart, is activating the trade from an early stage. But when you are auto trading a normal auto trade like this one here, this is the institutional. This is a high risk trade. This is a very high risk trade, and I won't let it happen. If I want to monitor this, I will never let it happen, because this one is not going to survive. Why? It's too early. This area here cannot be traded, and he took a trade, the auto trade here. Those are too early because they are on a 15-second and they snap a trade from the bottom. But that kind of trade on, let's say you are using 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, you might gonna have a long trade, but it's not gonna survive. If you can grab a little money out of it, it's fine, but you're not gonna survive. So the only time, if you want to play it safe, after this market a break, come back, confirm the support area here, because every major area they break, they have to come back and confirm every number. So once this market come back and confirm, you unleash all your auto trade. That will shut down 50% of your losing trade. 50%. You can cut it off by 50%. Even if you are using the 15-second, also you immediately need to break even immediately on that, because when you are taking a risk area like this one here and here, 8 out of times they will never succeed. They'll go back. Sometimes they go up like what happened right now, but this is very rare. We'll take 5 minutes break. Thank you. Okay, guys, look, this is what I wanted to. This auto trade, it took a trade in this critical area, and look, it didn't go any way. The amateur guy, he thinks there is wrong with his optimization. If you notice, I left him those on purpose. Why the person has to control his or manage his auto trade. 1 minute you had over $5,000 on those auto trade, and now they were right there on your table, and you smoked them away. And now the market, where is going? It's going to here only. All what you see in short right now, they're not gonna make it. They're not gonna make it. Even if they make it, they're gonna make a couple $100, and then they're gonna go back. Why? Because look what you are. With all the respect, this is the only words I can find on a YouTube to say. We are diving in a big pile of mud. And if we look in here, is a big pile of mud. You will never be able to make money in here, manual or auto trading. And I'm gonna leave this auto trade for you. We need to show you that if you don't know how to manage your auto trade can wipe up your account. And here it is. I'm gonna leave it as is, because this auto trade should not be trading right now, because we dive in. If you look here, there is a lines, and we are diving in a big pile of mud, and you're not gonna get any ticks out of here. You're just gonna get mud in here. You just got your hands dirty for nothing. So timing, where we need to choose our battle on the chart. The chart is not a chart. The chart, there is a good place to take a trade from, above this area or below that area, avoiding this area. On any given time during the daytime, the market goes in phases. There is a place where it's a tradable, and there is a place it's not tradable. So for the guy is just looking from the kitchen window, waiting on the dollar drop on his head. 1 minute he had over $5,000 on those charts. He didn't pick it up, and now he is in a hole, $2,000, $3,000. Welcome to trading. We need to show you the good side and the bad face in the market, because if you're not cautious in the market, your $2,000 can be smoked out in 1 day. Your $50,000 can be smoked out in 1 day, but you cannot regain $50,000 in 1 day. All this garbage we hear about getting rich overnight is a hogwash. All those people, they say you can auto trade and live happily after. Tell him to give me a written document guaranteed that I can turn on my auto trade on Monday, go on a cruise, and then come back on a Friday and see my account full of money. Go ahead, call every Ninja Trader partner, and let's see how many. If you can find any company in USA will give you guarantee you can auto trade 24/7. You bring me this document, and I will buy 2 licenses, one for you and one for me. And I will shut down my business, because maybe I'm in the wrong business. Okay? I will support what we have, but I'm no longer will accept any new customers. So if this is the case, if you can find a company can give you a guarantee, I will buy you a license, and I will buy myself a license, and I don't need to go on a YouTube anymore. Those 2 hours a day is killing me, and maybe we can hold hands and go to small island, and we can call our kids. Don't call us, we call you, and we put a bunch of champagne and caviar. And if you're still a man, maybe you can have some nice partners with bathing suit on the beach. So guys, please do not get fooled by this crap you hear. Please. A guy telling you if you buy his CD, He'll show you how to make $50,000. Really? What did he find? Gold in his backyard? What did he find about this market where millions of people before this junk come out, they couldn't figure it out? What did this guy find out? Nothing. It's hogwash. So here I want to show this, the ones in red. If you don't maintain your auto trade, it can clean up your account. Because what we said in here, and this is what happened when those 3 auto trades took a trade, we know this is a re-entry, and this is not a valid short. This is a re-entry short, long. And now the market start going. Once it hits, start getting the momentum, pulling back on the re-entry, we can nail it as a re-entry and go long. Very simple. As a future trader, you have to look the future, not the past. So when the auto trade took short trade in here, and we didn't see this one here, we can lose money. Folks, that's all what we have for today. We are extremely busy today. I want to say thank you very much for today. I apologize if I put it the way it is, but if I can wake up those people, they sit to daydream. I just want to send this message, and I'll keep sending this message. This is not a piece of cake. This is a piece of cucumber here. And trading is not picnic. At the beginning, I want to say to all the amateur traders in there, welcome to hell. This is not heaven here. Once you earn your stripes in the market, then I'll tell you, you are welcome to heaven. It gives you the freedom to live in any country, gives you the freedom to sit in your backyard. At the beginning, welcome to hell. If you have a house, not happy house, then welcome to the second hell, So, folks, that's all what we have. And the market, as we see, is dropping back and is driving. They are monking us. They are driving us crazy. And here it is. Because this area cannot be traded. Welcome to trade. Folks, that's all what we have. Thank you very much. God bless you all. And I will see you tomorrow on the same